A good evening, this is Denez the Human, and welcome back to Empire Total War, where last time, somehow, we managed to get ourselves into Hanover, and I was not expecting to take this. So, we have managed to get it. It isn't rebelling, which is pretty damn positive, and actually, I'm feeling quite good about this now. Whilst it did completely shred our army, we did manage to take it, and with that, while it's going to take us a little bit of time to retrain and get ourselves on the boat over to Iceland, well, you know what, actually, hold on to this. It's probably quite a good thing. We do need to go over to Brandenburg eventually anyway, so I tell you what, we'll go and get our governor's barracks all healed up, and we'll get ourselves, yes, ready to make that future invasion. So I think, yeah, later today we should be able to get our Dragoons out, which will be excellent. That will help the public order just a little bit more. Now, the only thing is, obviously, having taken this land, it does bring us a bit closer to some other neighbours, namely the Dutch, who actually I would like to be friendly with, and currently a little bit on the negative side. We can, though, get a trade agreement at long last. They've not had one free for quite a while, but they're quite happy to do that, which is excellent news indeed. So, yes, Maratha, Great Britain, Sweden, and the Mughals for them, and obviously we have the likes of France and the Ottoman Empire. So yeah, this is looking a bit more positive. On the note of positive economy, we can actually get rid of the tax exemption in both Norway and in Denmark. So with that, we're hopefully getting ourselves a bit more money, and this part of the world, albeit with some retraining to do, looks pretty darn relaxed, as long as no one reacts too badly to the destruction of Hanover. But quite frankly, they brought it upon themselves. Now, what really should have been the story last time was taking Moscow, which is quite a big deal, I would suggest. But yeah, we might have a few problems in terms of public order, actually. So minus 15, that's quite a lot. There's not a huge amount we can do about it other than, well, just wait and destroy armies as they come. Now, there is a college here, and I think we are going to simply have to get rid of it, unfortunately. In time, maybe we'll rebuild, but that's minus 5 is quite a lot, and I don't think anything will activate immediately, but next turn when it's demolished, we will have that underway. Now, realistically, our main objective with Russia is, I think at this point, just to, well, stabilise Moscow, of course, and take Karelia. Karelia is just, it's just a bit awkward. It's not a good settlement in any way, but it is bordering our capital, and I really don't want raids to be coming from over here, so we need to mop this up, and from there I'll be quite happy to try and sue for peace. Kiev is obviously probably their only other useful city, but it brings me just a bit further down than I really want to go, or at least in the near future. So I think take Karelia, stabilise Moscow, and get ourselves some peace. That's very much the plan for the immediate future. I do need to decide how to spend this money. There is actually, though, a job I need to do, which is to go and mop up some of this cavalry, which is down here. So I'm going to go mop up those guys. We'll grab the army here and we'll just get those retrained. That's most of our money gone, of course, but I feel pretty positive that we're in a good position now to start moving onwards. Happily for me, the cavalry are just going to charge into gunfire, which is pretty ideal, and without too many problems, I think we'll be able to mop up these guys. I think they're a little bit distracted, actually, by my general here. The cavalry was supposed to be getting out the back just to make sure that no one got away. They've mostly kind of run straight through. Unfortunately, we have lost a few men as a result of that, but the bayonets will hopefully do the job, and with these guys fleeing, I think we should pretty much have them mopped up immediately. It's a new turn, and it seems like Moscow hasn't completely melted down yet. Down to minus 6, actually, which is surprisingly good. We're going to grab our army here, or at least these troops anyway. Actually, these guys probably should head back, but it's the other lads, or at least some of them anyway. Yeah, I think these guys, they can all head up forward and join them. Lovely stuff, and then we can start to mop up some of their troops. I'll actually send the next guy as well. Not sure how they're going to feel about that. Minus 8 thanks to their... Yeah, thanks to all of that nonsense. But we will get ourselves a couple extra units. Maybe a bit of horse. I want to make sure I can chase down anyone around here. So yeah, left some units behind. That's nice. And we're going to continue. Oh, and head into these guys. I was going to pull out for a moment so that we can actually, you know, do some commentary on the map. But no, let's head in. Let's do a battle. Not going to be the biggest battle in the world. Technically, they're reinforcements. Excellent. Not the biggest battle in the world, but an important one, because 3 units of line infantry being thrown away in the field randomly, that's going to leave us nice and open to march towards Karelia. So let's head on in. One interesting thing in this battle is that we do have reinforcements, which do reinforce a bit randomly on Empire Total War. On this occasion, they actually have come from behind, which is unusual. They do just basically do what they want, but on this occasion, yeah, fairly nice, straightforward. Let's get marching forward. Maybe we'll send some cavalry running out there, just to make sure we give them a bit of distraction and maybe a potential charge into the flank. But I think with a complete sheer number advantage here, oh, this should be very nice indeed. Interestingly, they're running straight towards me, which is not really what I was expecting, but that works for my lads. Get yourselves in, ready to shoot. Are they just going to charge? Seems a bit mad to me, but they might be doing just that. Anyway, let's get ourselves in a fun little flanking position here. The cavalry are indeed going to come in. Reinforcements are going to do some flanking as well. Don't really want to waste these guys, so we're going to pull immediately out, but wavering is good because it means we can start to wrap up their line. Okay, we got them. Steady. I didn't want to shoot my own horses too much, but actually it's not a bad opening gambit here. So yeah, let's grab. No, they're going to get themselves sorted out. Okay, it's fine by me. Swing over here. We'll deal with the next unit instead. Indeed, we have a break on the opposite flank instead, which is perfect timing because I was just about to send the cavalry in. So these guys can go mop them up now instead. That's absolutely fine. These guys need to get hurrying. I re-gave their orders. And what are you doing, General? Don't run into them. I must have clicked all cav rather than just... anyway, it's all fine. He's still alive for now, in spite of his madness. They're now charging down because they want to go and take out the general, which is kind of funny. You get into there, and okay, I think they've realised their mistake now. They've just ran into everyone's range. Oh, excellent. I think this isn't going to last much longer. Oh, it's nice to get down to the ground level here, especially when they're about to run away. Isn't that just excellent? Someone is running back there, by the way. Oh, that's them running. Excellent. Charge them down as well. And they're all going now. They're shattered. Get on top of them. And I think the battle's over. And with 0 men remaining, that is an excellent pick-off for us. Down go their strongest units remaining in the north. And, well, the west, I suppose. But we can start heading over in this direction across the river, straight towards Karelia. I'm going to give myself, yes, cannon. I'm going to build myself a cannon over there. Just make sure that we've got that underway, because I don't want to send a cannon all the way across, but we can build them in St. Petersburg these days, so we might as well do that. We do have sight, by the way, of some Polish armies. Did send some cavalry out to go and to maybe burn things down, but they seem to have actually deployed some units, so I've sent them back into our territory for the time being. Let's not worry too much about Poland. We'll maybe try and get some peace with them. Maybe we can sell them tech or something. I don't know. How's Hanover feeling this turn, by the way? It's feeling just as unhappy, but we are retraining our troops, and I think, yeah, we can now get ourselves a little bit more in terms of our army. I might give it a turn or two, because actually our economy might actually not be too bad. We're going to have a fishery over there because we want that growing and nice and fast. As for our army, we are not all done rebuilding our strength right now, so we'll just continue with that. That is the rest of our money, but quite happy with that. We might actually be able to get ourselves out another Indiaman in a turn or two, because I think our money's starting to feel a bit more steady now. So I'll have another peruse around. Oh, by the way, in case you're curious, we have a little bit of sight now on both Gdansk and Königsberg, and yeah, they're looking interesting, but nothing huge in terms of their force. So not immediately threatening, but again, I wouldn't want to go and attack them either. It's a good spot here. We'll just keep an eye on all those cities. There is officially a rebellion in Muscovy now, hardly surprising, but to be honest, it doesn't look too bad. No cavs, so we should be able to pick off their pretty, yeah, light cannons. They're just the Sakers, so we'll deal with those in good time. Can we see anything in terms of Kiev over here? Any Russian reinforcements I need to take into consideration? There's an army there. Stop for a moment. Okay, that's a significant enough force that I need to just be wary of it. And in Kiev itself, yeah, a few more. Yes, there's a good amount, 6 line infantry and some Cossacks as well. So I definitely need to make sure that I'm grabbing my forces. And okay, I think we'll just make sure we get 1 more line infantry. And are we in a good position here to take these guys on? They've got 4 of these lads, whatever they are. Gorodsk, yeah. Yes. I probably butchered that, I'm afraid, but oh well, we'll do what we can. Yeah, I think we'll give it 1 turn, then we'll go and charge those guys down. We do already have 1 cannon, but I wouldn't necessarily mind. Would I want more over here? I'm going to get myself a 2nd cav. Actually, I won't, because Dragoons before too long. 1 cav will be fine, and we can wipe those guys out. I think they, in theory, they'll only add like an extra 1 unit in reinforcement or something like that. They shouldn't be getting too out of hand from 1 turn, but I do need to go and deal with them pretty darn soon. Elsewhere, what do we have? Ancillary gained. Lovely stuff. A clever man surrounds himself with young men of talent. Who is that? Is that the lad over here? Okay. So +1 to command land battles. We'll take it. As for all of this area around here, the Dutch very much defending their capital. I see it as a defensive force. But 8 line infantry could get to us in 2 turns. So let's bear that in mind when we're being a bit pushy. These 2 couldn't get retrained last time, so we'll go and get on that. I think we might actually have that money for the Indiaman, actually, which is exciting. So we'll grab these guys together. Just an extra unit. Probably not entirely necessary. Yeah, we're still 1 turn away from that cannon because that's a 2-turner, which is a bit of a shame, but looks like we're fine to head over there. We will probably go with the cannon. We'll just put it under siege until then. I can't imagine this can last that many turns when it's under siege. So we'll just have to keep that in mind. Okay, hopefully the Russians aren't able to reorganise and launch a counteroffensive on us in the next few turns. We'll certainly send our general swinging back in that direction very soon indeed. You know what? We're still a little bit low here. I am going to get the extra line infantry because it's never going to go to waste. It's always going to be helpful. We're going to have rebellion for a little while longer, so let's do that. But I will come over here and build myself an Indiaman trade ship. It's actually not too expensive in theory. Oh yeah, we can only train 1 at a turn. It's 2 turns, so in theory I could have done more, but I'm not going to at the moment. Don't need the opera house around here. What we should do is consider our research. We're going to get ourselves the carbines, which it's going to do in 3 turns. That is excellent. I think we've just finished things, haven't we? Yes. So we've just completed a couple of these things. So ring bayonet, excellent. Now we don't need to worry about permanently changing over from our muskets over to bayonets. We can, strap the bayonets on the end and go stabby stabby. Carbines will be very, very helpful soon because we want Dragoons to help chill things out. So 3 turns. Then we get Dragoons. Ideal. As for Karlstad, what do we want over there? So we've already done this. I think, to be honest, we might want one of the land improvements. I'm going to get the animal husbandry simply because the land enclosures, whilst they would be useful, I just need a little bit more time to deal with public order. So I'm just going to hold back on that. The other thing I'm pondering is fishing fleet over here. Actually, there was a new port up there, or town, wasn't there? Or was there? Now, okay, I'm just going to have to point this out right now. Local fishery, fine. I already recorded this episode once and realised that the recording was all mucked up and I had no footage. So if I get confused, that's why. I've already done this once. So far it's happened, everything's kind of worked the same way. Nothing has diverged from the original reality, but I might start getting very, very, very confused. So if you notice any weird inconsistencies of what I'm saying, that's probably what's going on. But hopefully all is fine, because in the old reality of things, Hanover didn't get massively assaulted by our neighbours. I'm hoping that that remains the same. This army does need to get ready to go over to Reykjavik though, so I wouldn't mind actually sending maybe the cannon and the horse over in this direction, and in time, yeah, we can get some more reinforcements over here. We'll get a line infantry. We have some money. We have made some investments too. So let's keep going and see if we can go and finish off the Russians. A new town has emerged in Muscovy, which is exciting. It hasn't yet been burnt down. So, church school. Now that's something I do want to do, albeit not right this second, because we do need to deal with the rebellion first. -6, and I think smashing up the rebels should do a good job. See everything burning down in this region right now. Yeah, that should do a good job of getting things to settle. Looks like the Russians have got some of their forces here and they've split some of them off, so I'm not entirely sure where they all are. Nonetheless, we can go and get our army over to Petrovskaya. We'll also get our cannon off in that direction. We're just going to, well, we'll demand surrender, which they'll refuse, and then we'll continue the siege. Not too concerned about that. We'll get that cannon to come and join in. Main reason I'm not going to assault it immediately is A, it's like, 3 turns until it surrenders. Secondly, it's not nothing. There are 3 line infantry here. And yes, we could probably do a little bit of retraining on the fly here because they could cause us some damage. I'm pretty certain we'll be fine, but we don't need to rush it on this particular occasion. So, demi-cannon over in Ingria, we've dealt with that. Muscovy has built 2 line infantry, which is what we immediately need to get on with now. Enemy raid on the farmland, excellent. And what else? Oh, excellent. We have lots and lots of beautiful music, and D minor is a particularly nice key to play in. So, yeah, I think we just need to mop up this Russian rebellion force. Elsewhere, is there anything noteworthy happening? Sorry, the screen's a bit juddery there as I press that button. Hopefully it chills out in time. Yeah, we'll get these guys to come join in Hanover. Our army is mostly recovered at this point, which is very, very good news. You likewise can recover, and you... I think I already clicked on him. What was the other unit that just joined? I think it was the other cannon, but the cannon's absolutely fine and fully trained. In terms of buildings here, nothing really of interest. Money is looking a fair chunk better at this stage. A couple turns from Dragoons to try and chill things out. Do I want to get... I'm going to get a line infantry here just because I want to reinforce Courland for any potential nonsense which goes on. But yes, most importantly, over to Moscow. Grab the army, head out. Luckily for me that they're right here. Makes it much easier to mop them up and head back in the town and keep everything chill. If they were clever, they would have gone around, avoiding the distance of the town and burning things to the ground. So we have the Godorovsky, which also have a Streltsy at the end, which I'm probably absolutely butchering. But hey ho, 1 line infantry and 1 of those cannon. Now we do have our own cannon, but we have, most importantly, some horses to go and get around the back. It's important we mop this up. That should give some good repression, which might just settle Moscow down. They've started pretty close to us, actually. I'm kind of surprised about that, but apparently our cannon... It's immediately obliterated one of their cannons. It must have destroyed the thing. It absolutely did. That is exceptional work, my good sirs. I'm very, very happy with that. Anyway, the cavalry is going to go thundering across. To be honest, I don't think we need worry about the cannons shooting down their cannons because we're going to snipe them off, especially if they start moving like they are in that general direction. So actually, I think we'll just get these guys to swing across more like this into this flanking manoeuvre. That'll be excellent. Okay, we are going to get the cavalry around into there. That is what we would like. And these guys, just going to try and stay on that flank a little bit more. It's a bit extreme, but we'll make it work. It'll be fine. Oh, unfortunately, their gunmen have just managed to get a poke in at our cavalry as they charge into those artillery. But I think we are mostly going to get away because they, for some reason, are still moving. Not sure why. But hey ho, down to 11. They're not going to join the melee, are they? No, we've cleared them off. That's the artillery gone. And that is excellent news. That means that we can just run all of these guys into position over here. That's what we want to see. That's a general dead as well. Perfect. Yeah, we've got this so under control. It's actually looking excellent right now. My positioning here is absolutely confusing them. I don't think they have any idea what I'm trying to do, but... Whatever they think I'm doing, it's not working out for them. So we're going to just go to melee mode on these guys. That'll be absolutely fine. We've got these guys breaking from cannon fire. These guys need to get shot down. These guys need to get shot down. A bit annoying to get stuck in a melee there, but that's what they're designed to do, so we'll just get involved in that kind of a thing. Shoot the cannons at these guys if at all possible, but I think it'll be absolutely fine. They're broken, that's ideal. They're shattered and broken, that's ideal. And at this point it is it just this guy? Oh, I think so. I think the cannon should probably stop, actually. Stop fire at will, just run away, do something else, please. That'd be grand. I think the battle's over. Yeah, it's over. Only a handful get away. That's probably why we want the second cav unit, but you know what, that's not too bad. That's going to burn down the brand new town, which hasn't been built in fairness, but okay. We can send, what is there, just one unit of line infantry plodding around. We'll send them all back to the town, but we can just send just two guys onward over there. That'll be absolutely fine. You guys get back in the town. I'll finish these guys off. And victory and glory. We lost more men than we probably should have from the auto-resolve, but hey, it is what it is. And back to Moscow we go. With that, we still have 2,000 monies in the coffers. Isn't this nice? We actually have something to work with. We could actually maybe do something like, I don't know, a governor's residence somewhere. That might be nice, eh? We're currently building that port up already. We've got a town over here. We could do iron workshops. Oh, lovely. We could choose to invest in our actual infrastructure, ladies and gents. That'd be magnificent. Now, as for Copenhagen, which kind of port do we want here, by the way? We've already got a trading port over here. Of course we do, yes. And we've obviously got ourselves, yeah, more and more ports in that direction. I'll have a little look through and see what we're going to do. I think this might be a decent place to invest some of our money. A brand new fishery over in Sweden, which is excellent news. In fact, I think we're investing in the fisheries quite a lot of places. We've got Visby over here. We're getting the fishery upgraded. Over here in Bergen, it's the same, and the same over in Lübeck as well. So more and more fish, just population growth, quite frankly. We're doing quite well on trade capacity, so not too concerned about that for the time being. We just need growth. Now, as for Prussia, I am determined that we're going to sort this out, and maybe, just maybe, the only thing we've got that they don't is the social contract. They're actually, this is quite a nice way of seeing what technologies they've got. They've got military syllabus. Ooh. Let's see if they fancy a bit of trade as well as maybe me paying them a bit of money. Are they going to happily do that? Shows a little commendament, therefore they must be rejected. That's fine. What about the trade agreement for a bit of money then? Let's see if they actually are maybe wanting to do it. About 500. Oh, my demands. No. I'm happy to give you money, sir. Sorry. I'm going to give you money, which is a very strange thing for me to suggest on this game. Interesting. They're willing to give me... do I actually want empiricism? I'm not sure I do, really. We can... military access. Do you want to give military access? I don't mind giving like 5 turns of military access. God, this is getting tedious now. I will offer a small amount of money, some military access, and see if they'll accept it. No, but at least it's not a complete no from them on this occasion. We're starting to get somewhere at least. What about Spain? Any negotiations with them? No trade open at the moment. Bit of a shame. Okay, well, back over in Russia. Sorry, it seemed to be Sweden, I should call it. Our cannon is going to join the party. 2 turns from surrender. We'll just wait that out. And, okay, how are we doing in Moscow now? Because we've taken out that force. Hi, Russia. Down to -1 or up to -1. Oh, that's excellent news. Okay, what's less excellent is... actually, no, there's no general here. Oh, no, there is a general here. Forget that. Although it's not the biggest army in the world, so we can repel that without too many problems. But, yeah, let's just make sure, firstly, we're rehealing what we can out of that. Secondly, let's just get ourselves a little bit more. What do we want? Line infantry and a demi-cannon. I think that will be fine. Can't afford a demi-cannon, Thomas. Oh, no, I think actually we have issue with recruiting that at this moment in time. I think we might have damage to the building. Yeah, we still haven't fixed up a couple buildings. And the fortifications, apparently they're fine. Can't see a rebuild on that, although it might just be at the fort itself on the map is currently damaged. No point of re-healing up any of this stuff, I don't think, until we're actually... Maybe the logging camp over here. I think this area should be safer. But 200 over there, fine. We'll do that. We'll do these two. They're a bit safer. But over here, no, it's too close to potential Russian attacks for the time being. This army's not too scary. I probably will, though, once we're done over in Karelia over there, go and send our general back just to make sure we've got a fairly good standing army here with a general. I think we want that. He can retire out there. I think he's starting to get on, actually, this lad. Carl Gustav Richtgjord. And 56, yeah, Superior General, Taste for Battle, +2 morale from Brave Soldier, and Cautious, which is just about assassination. So yeah, he's doing alright. Workers on strike, that's what we already know. Nation destroyed Morocco. Oh. This also happened in the original reality of this game, and it did just put me slightly on note with the Spanish, because, yes, of course, the Spanish are still looking quite strong. They're taking up Portugal, they're taking up Morocco. They never lost Brussels in spite of the war that's clearly started and clearly still seems to be going on. They have themselves Naples, they have Milan, they have Sardinia. Yeah, they're looking pretty strong, aren't they? Just something to bear in mind in the New World. On that note, we should actually have an Indiaman. Yeah, there we do. Okay, grab my Indiaman and we'll probably just immediately send them out. I don't think there's anything at sea that's actually a danger to us unless there's some Danish fleet which has emerged. Highly doubt it, to be honest. So we'll send the Indiamen down that direction. They should be fairly safe in the coming turns. Now, with the money we've got, I want to make sure at Hanover here we've got the army we want to be moving forward onto, well, firstly to Iceland, of course, and then ever onwards from there. So the more line infantry we have, the better. They're still healing up. That's fine. And to be honest, you probably want... We've got a couple cav there healing. We want one left over. Regiment of Horse is still here. You know, we'll probably take the Regiment of Horse with us because... Yeah, we'll take them with us because we'll probably want to get Dragoons over here just to chill that out in about a turn time when we get ourselves the carbines. Excellent news. All right, well, at the moment, things are fairly chilled out until the Russians decide they want to do something about the fact that obviously we're besieging one of their towns up in the north here. Speak of the devil, here it is. They are going to sally forth, but they waited till I brought along a cannon, which is excellent news. Okay, so as you said, 3 line infantry. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, albeit a little bit of damage on them, so 5.5 or so. A couple of Cossack infantry, which aren't too much worse. They have worse morale and they're a bit worse in the melee, but actually, in terms of gunfire, they've got the same range, slightly less accuracy. Not a big downgrade, but a little bit. See, we have a big hand-to-hand advantage with our bayonets and things, I imagine. But hey-ho, they might well be just as good in that regard. Firelock infantry, yeah, that's just the basic mob, so we'll be absolutely fine. We have a general, of course. Let's head on in. Well, they are walking themselves out of their star fort very, very slowly indeed. It does look like my cannons are shooting at someone or something. They're finally rushing out of the front gate. You can see it's been 10 minutes until they actually bothered to do anything at all. We've got ourselves a little wall over here, and that's pretty much the only feature that we have to work with in our defence, so we'll let them come on out. But to be honest, I think in spite of the horrible, horrible weather, yeah, ignore these guys. They're out in the middle of nowhere. We have ourselves a lovely wall. They'll be absolutely fine. Should be a good advantage for us. And of course, when it comes down to it, we have ourselves the shotgun shots which are going to demolish them. At the moment, though, they do seem to be running awfully piled together, which seems like a good idea for me to start blasting them into a new world. Looks like they're running back into their fort. Interesting. Wasn't anticipating them to just give up like that, but we could go in and actually conquer it, but I don't want to, so we'll just send in some shots and see if they want to come back out. But it seems awfully like, yeah, they're not going to bother. They might just turn around and shoot my cav if I could work the camera, but no, I think we should probably just get ourselves out of there before they start firing at us. Do they want to do this or not? They're coming back out for a second go, which is good fun. So maybe to start shooting the very confident guy who's running straight at the cannons. Not sure how confident he's going to feel in a few minutes when he gets within range of the canister shot, but that works for me. So, okay. Good, 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 good. Oh, I'm looking forward to a bit of this. They are going to stand just in range. Thankfully, they're not fleeing forever, but it has at least taken out one of their units in the meantime. So let's get a nice close-up view for this. We've got plenty of time, I think, on the rest of their line. But if you want to get this shot in anytime soon, that would be lovely. Well, hilariously, they're now turning away from the cannons, which is obscene. Look at that. 35, so 25 killed, and almost an immediate rout. Look at that, down to 82, shaken. They're now getting surrounded as well. Look at the flanking manoeuvre. I'm not even sure they're getting any shots away. They're just in a terrible, terrible position. Oh, that is magnificent. How is the rest of us getting on, by the way? You're in a good position. Cavalry are back out there. You can, again, run over in that direction. Are these guys giving up yet? You probably should. I mean, the canister did such an awful bit of work to them. God bless them, they're continuing for a really, really half-hearted charge, which is most likely end up with them routing. Indeed it is. That's just excellent. Okay, you guys go mop up these lads. That'll be fine. They're just going to shoot them down. Cannons, you can go back to normal fire because I don't really want them to die. You, hand to hand. As for the rest of this nonsense, let's just start... Yeah, let's just start making sure we've got good angles for this. Actually, the wall is slightly awkward right now. So these guys can maybe just start a flanking manoeuvre of their own. You guys run over here. Make sure we tie those guys up. You know what, actually, we could probably get the... Not them, please. Not them. Okay, these guys can just get into this flank. The cannon can just stop, actually. Maybe just stop. Just shoot over there random... Actually, no, shoot over there into the distance. That's absolutely fine. The guys behind the wall should be pretty safe, so just let them do their shooting job. But the sooner we can get some reinforcements around to flank, the better. Yeah, this is good. Let's just get them surrounded and the cavalry will mop up the rest. These guys are not only outgunned, but they're also in a much worse position down the hill here. It's not looking too pretty for them. It's not very organised shooting at this stage, is it? Not really. They've also got some men running into their flanks, coming to, yes, gun them down. You know what, guys? You maybe need to just start focusing on these guys. Let's just start moving you forward, closing the trap. We need to finish this before, yeah, we lose too many random men for no good reason. I think they've realised they're surrounded now, and that's not going to end well. I think they're pretty much all broken at this point. I think it's maybe just this one over here which is still fighting. Yeah, there's actually one coming back in. I didn't notice that they even existed. We just get these three guys to line up over here. Yeah, get them all lined up and we'll just shoot them as they arrive. That works for me, but it looks like we've pretty efficiently mopped them up on this occasion. At this stage, it's just this one unit who's slowly walking towards us, and he's about to get shots from many, many angles. Apparently he's coming in for a bit of infantry, actual like hand-to-hand melee. Seems a bit mad of him. But if you want to do that, then that's absolutely fine. We'll get ourselves into bayonet mode. And yeah, we'll get the general just to trot on past you, but I think they're not going to last much longer. There we are, they have indeed broken. We'll get all of these guys off, fire at will, onto hand to hand, and start galloping down to finish them off. Well, that does look absolutely beautiful, doesn't it? 715 loss for them, only 100 for us. That wasn't even deployment in terms of numbers, just yeah, sheer quality and a bit of extra technology. Means that we have taken that. They are, though, marching to Moscow, which we should definitely bear in mind. Carbines are now in play, which is excellent news for us. That does mean that we can get ourselves some Dragoons, and I suspect Moscow is going to be the first and foremost place for such an opportunity. We do, obviously, need to actually get out. Actually, what are we looking at? We're at 0. We might not be at the end of this turn because we're going to march, yes, out to go and attack these guys. But... we'll get ourselves some Dragoons and some light infantry, or some of our line infantry, I should say. We'll leave something in behind, although, to be honest, should we leave anything behind when we're taking them on? Well, I'll tell you what, we'll be fine as it is. We'll leave the 80. That is magnificent. And these guys, yeah, we've got a massive advantage here. So I'll tell you what, we'll stop here for a moment. But we'll just have a little check. War declared, Austria and France. That's intriguing. Not sure I particularly enjoy that situation. I want Austria really focusing on my enemies, not France, who I actually quite like. But there we are. Just kind of makes an alliance with Austria less and less likely, really. Okay, well, obviously we have this now under control. It's too small to actually be riotous, which is excellent news. And to be honest, I'd probably quite happily do a little bit of merging here. And with that, we can probably leave everyone apart from him there. How will you feel about that, by the way? -3. That's not too bad, because we can obviously send some people back in a bit of time. So we'll leave those units in there. They're back to 0. That will suit me. And we can start sending these people in. I'll send them to Moscow, I think. But yeah, bear in mind, Courland, we could be using that. Send those infantry over there. Okay, looking good. We've got to mop up this force, and then we can think about any potential offensive. Hanover also gets itself some line infantry, which is, yes, good news for us. I don't know why that scroll across the map is getting judgery today. I do apologise. A bit annoying to me, so it probably is to you as well. Dragoons for sure, and probably a line infantry. I suspect, though, this army, if I can take them out without them being upset, I can indeed. I'm going to take this force, and we're going to get on the boat. It's time. It's time. And that means, yeah, we'll get a couple units. Actually, did I want all of them? Did I want both cannons? I've kind of got both cannons now, so I guess we're gonna take them. Okay, let's get the boat. Yeah, unlike an earlier Total War, the troops movement is separate to the boat movement. So even though the troops didn't have too many more movement points, the boats were still able to get going, which is very nice indeed. Send these militia in that direction. Copenhagen might not be over happy. It's fine enough for now. We'll just get another militia. It'd be better if it was a dragoon, but it is what it is. Spending my money on all of that nonsense. We'll get our boats up towards there. In terms of construction, excellent. Visby, major fishery. That's what we want to see. And over in Denmark, we have a local fishery. That's also going to help. We have now invented porcelain. Lovely. Some Germanic peoples by the sound of it. And other than that, we seem to have spent our money already, but that's not the worst thing in the world because we've pretty much got things settled down how we want them. Let's take on these Russians and make sure, yeah, now that we're about -5 because we're not in the town this term, which is a bit annoying. Let's go and take these guys out, and maybe a bit of beating up the Russians will maybe make the peasants think twice about being annoyed at me. Let it in. This is one of the rare occasions where actually we don't have ourselves either the artillery or the cavalry advantage. They have more cav than us, and we both have artillery. What I do have is infantry advantage, so whilst I was pondering whether I should be moving forward right now, I probably should, because actually my infantry is my advantage, so let's not spend too long fannying around, because this artillery has already landed a few slightly mean hits on me, actually. So hopefully we can try and hit their general with our cannon. But I think it's just over the peak of that hill right now, which is not ideal. Maybe we need to be aiming for the cannon instead. Ooh, just missing them. But yeah, there's a slight hill for them, unfortunately. But we'll see if we can make this all work for us. Once again, we do seem to have actually shot one of their cannons, which is quite a nice shot. I'm pleased about that. And if their general's going to walk back into a good position to be shot, then I'll quite happily have him in that position. Okay, we're going to do the standard here of try and get 2 units out on a flank, and the rest of them, not so much the cannons and the horse, but the rest of them, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking for, actually. Get them into that position. We're going to start running, though. All of our units need to start running. We're going to get the cavalry moving forward as well. That will be excellent. Artillery, I don't know what the bodyguard's currently doing. Are they actually even there? They are still there. Okay, let's get the cavalry charging. Well, let's not charge too much. Okay, some of their cav are in position. Oh, some of these guys were... I had a double formation here. Oh, yes, I did, because I didn't quite fit them on the map. So that's absolutely fine. We'll just get these guys into battle. Okay, as for this flank, we do have the man advantage, so we're going to try and get a few more men over here. You guys need to run in. Not Not quite landing the shot on them, but let's just run in and get the shots away. We'll bayonet onto these cav. Yeah, they're wavering, but I just want to get them dealt with. So, yeah, get in there now. They are... get quicker, please. I keep telling people to run, but running's really awkward on this game. Never quite seems to do it when I tell them to. Right, we are getting into a better position now. At this point, they are vacating this flank, which means I can probably take out the cannon if I'm lucky. I've got infantry support to do it. This unit's not in a good position. Neither are most of theirs at this stage. Maybe just try... Oh yeah, you can get a good shot on the bodyguard. Go and do that, please. That'll be excellent. Cavalry are just going to run through and hit these artillery. It looks like they've left that open. Bodyguard really should be running away from these gunmen anyway, so we'll see about that. Cannons, shoot on those middle sections over there. Get the cavalry straight out of there, and these guys can now gun them down as they arrive. Don't do anything, just stand still, wait for them to get into range. Nothing else has disrupted the artillery. Haven't actually landed a hit on them, but or landed a kill anyway, but it's all fine. Don't know quite what this position is, but apparently this is a good position for us to be. Oh dear. Okay, the general is now fleeing. He's in a terrible position, getting himself dealt with. Ooh, here comes the cannon. Let's get my general running off to try and chase anyone down. You should be able to hit him in a moment. You should be able to gun him down. This is excellent news. They are surrounded pretty much in all the positions on this battle map. And these guns, do you have a shot? Not quite. Nearly. Get the general in. I think we're going to get on top of him. That's fine. You, turn yourselves around and shoot those guys. These guys are just going to get there. Yeah, get your bayonets, lads. Start heading in. You into them. You into them. I think I might be shooting my own guys with the cannons at this point, so maybe stop. Just do something over there. I don't know. Don't really care. Make sure this general does not come back. I want him gone. And other than that, we've just got people surrounded now. It's just a matter of time. These are big damn heroes, aren't they? Look at all the cross ranges that these guys are stuck in. They're just still trying to kill someone. I'd be really, really annoyed if I were here and they're aiming at me and there's 5 whole units taking them down. Not a great position, but there's not much to fleeing to do at this point. Did you really let the general escape? They're so bad at mopping people up on this. They truly are abysmal. Okay, well, you don't have much else to do. You go deal with them, and I think the battle is near enough done. But my days, they're putting up a good fight, aren't they? Keep on fighting in the middle of an open field. I think they're shattered. They are indeed. They're fleeing, and I think now should be one of the Russian resistance armies gone. Very irritatingly, the general seems to have got away, which is most unfortunate. A few cavalry will escape with him, as well as a couple infantry, but job essentially done, if not perfectly. So annoyingly, I don't think we can get the army back in the town, can we? No. Send the cavalry back first and foremost, and the rest of them, if they can make it, hopefully just to keep things all settled down, but I think they're going to be stuck. They are indeed. That is very, very irritating because it's going to upset the locals. Nonetheless, it's a pretty good job. So we already knew about that. That message can go away. And some military technology. That's the carbines that we already discussed. On which note, yes, Dragoons are now listed in Moscow. I did set that up. Excellent news. Another fishing fleet, this time in Bergen, Norway. This is great news. Workers on strike. Well, it's fine. A couple units are wandering around. We'll be able to mop those up without too many issues. So we'll just go and stab them immediately. And that should be an auto-resolve, which actually ends the battle straight away. Please. We lost 117. That's more than we should have. If it takes them out, I will happily settle for that. We do actually have more men arriving, which is excellent news. I will actually send, I think, yeah, I'm going to send these guys actually over in the opposite direction. You head over to Courland instead, just to make sure that we are looking as strong as we can over there. We can get more lads retrained in Moscow pretty simply. And I think Moscow should now be at 0. Okay. The tax rate thing, I don't know how much of a terrible difference that makes. Okay. It won't update the full number, but yes, it's still going to be too much in the short term. Nonetheless, the army's looking pretty good. We can spend 700 just to retrade. It said, oh, 1700. Okay, fine. Yeah, there's a couple lads here who probably don't need it, to be honest, so we can cancel their replenishment. In fact, we can slow this down. There's no need for all of it to happen overnight. At this stage, there isn't any immediate threat over here. There might be something we want to spend our money on somewhere else. So we have ourselves a new bit of +2 repression across the theatre, +1 to happiness. Who was that, by the way? That was Tag Rachenskuld, and he is one of my ministers, I assume. Which one are you? Ah, this guy, the justice guy. Oh, that's very nice. Very nice indeed. +1 to happiness and +2 to repression. Well, we can certainly go with that. So, elsewhere, recruitment reports. Over in Denmark, we have some militia. Hanover, we have a couple units. We need them quite quickly, actually. Yeah, we have ourselves a gentleman ruining our research, I assume, over here, which is rather irritating. Now, it's very interesting how I said earlier on in the episode how I already tried to record this and had problems. That guy turned up there at the same turn last time, which is intriguing, because not everything's been exactly the same in terms of how I've actually done the battles. Some things have gone slightly differently, but the AI decisions seem to have been pretty much all the same, which I find very, very intriguing indeed. We do need to spend our money on some of these guys, and so I do think retraining over in this part of the world is not so important, at least for a turn or so, until Hanover at least has all the reinforcements. Oh, not you. All the reinforcements it could possibly need in the immediate term. Okay, and then I think we want to start thinking about Indiaman once again. Okay, otherwise, building constructed. Yes, we've already discussed that. We've already discussed all of those things. Well, let's head up to, not quite that far, although we're going to get there. Lovely. Let's get to our boats. And this army is looking pretty good, to be honest. This will take out anything in the New World, I would suspect, fairly simply. Even got 2 cannons. Wasn't supposed to have 2 cannons. And how old is this guy, by the way? 40. Okay. Yeah, he's doing fine. He's done a lot of that part of the world's campaign. There's a port over here, so we'll try and land at the port if we can manage that. But we'll see if it's uncontested or not. If not, we'll just head on over to Reykjavik. Okay. I think that might be a good place to leave it for now. Things are looking a lot more steady. We have Hanover under control. We've sent the army off towards Reykjavik. We do to make sure we've reinforced it, because I'm a little bit concerned that someone might do something stupid, especially as they are very, very close to the army. They could come and poke us at any moment if they wanted. There's nothing I could do about that. So, okay, yeah, let's get some more infrastructure, some more units in next turn. Just make sure we've got enough men over there in Hanover to deal with whatever comes our way. But otherwise, well, we're looking good with Russia now. We've got Moscow under control. It's down to 0, up to 0 in public order. It's actually positive, isn't it, for the upper classes? Very nice, yeah, under control. It's at 3. We could, if we wanted to, consider building a church school in the coming turns, or maybe like a coaching house. I feel like church school would be good, though, just to get things turned around over time. Peasant farms, if we can. Oh, yeah, we can repair some of this stuff. That's only 100. This iron workshop might be a waste of money because they're going to come marching in again. But, yeah, you know what? We're going to fix it, damn it. We're going to make everything look lovely. How much is it to fix the bawdy house? That's 1230. And that's a bit of a problem because that's +3 happiness. It's a shame. I could do with some rakes as well. But things looking good. Let's, for a last thing here today, have a chat with Russia. Because I think Russia, we should have peace. How about straight up peace? They're actually interested, weirdly. I've read that as a poetic treaty. Let's have a poetic treaty. I'm not obviously going to give you Estonia and Livonia, but we can do trade agreement and peace treaty. And you know what? I'll give you some carbine to sweeten the deal. The problem is, when the AI on this game, I swear, like the few times I've ever seen it, if they ask for a settlement, they will do nothing else other than go for that. Honestly, it's just stupidly. Right, offer payment. I'm going to pay for 5 turns, 500. Okay, apparently my 9 has broken. Let's try 500. Numbers are not happening right now. Okay, we're going to try that again. We're going to try 500. I am going to offer... Oh, I only have 9, so that's why it's only letting me do 9. I understand now. Fine. I'll tell you what, we'll offer you 5 turns of military access. We're just going to throw all sorts of random things at them. Here, have some carbines, because I'm not too interested in that. And I can't offer them money because I don't really have it, and I don't want to offer them that. We'll offer them some of that as well. Okay, how do you feel about this? They're only interested in the settlement. In the original version of this, they were asking for Norway, which made no sense either. In fact, that made much less sense, but hey-ho, it is what it is. Will we at least get peace with Poland and Lithuania? That could be nice. You can have carbines as well. Let's have some peace. They want Ingria. Of course they want Ingria. Sod off. But at least neither of them rejected me outright this time. Okay, I think we're going to leave it there. I think we will leave it there. We're starting to get ports out for more money and more population growth. See, we've got some small population growth beginning to happen in these towns. Look at that. That's over 0.5%. Isn't that lovely? We might get a town one day. Beautiful. We have our armies marching over towards, or sailing over towards Reykjavik. Russia, we've pretty much succeeded in our objectives, which is amazing. That's great stuff. We need to fix the governor's mansion, by the way, Thomas. But things are looking very good. Pretty much how I intended them to be by this point. So I think we'll leave it here. I'm Thomas, this is Tonight's the Human, and this has been Empire Total War. Thank you, and bye-bye. Today we're going to go for particularly aggressive diplomacy. Oh yes, it worked. Kablamo! You're always going to die, Steve. Oh! My feudal knights! My crispy feudal knights! The ram's burning! Right at the death!